Okay, good evening. Today is the 9th of January. The cases in Malaysia for COVID-19 is not so, sorry, dirty a bit. I'm just looking at the mirror now. Okay, so my apology, run out of the lipstick, misplaced it already. So now we are going to read the chapter 4 of Ultimate Energy by Tricia Woolfrey. Whether the day is good or bad, I must do this for you and for me, because by reading, then the brain can function. Talking about the brain functioning, sometimes you see I off screen, the eyes is off screen. But after I discussed with my daughter, he said, oh, it's already proven that whenever you think of something, you tend to look away. So this is one thing that I must practice. Even when I think, I have to look at my coachee. So if you notice that I've been doing it a lot, then please remind me to keep looking at you when I'm thinking instead of looking away, which is one of the mastery that I must be able to get over with. Okay, so let's talk about this book on chapter 4, which is restorers and depleters. I think I read that. I'm sorry. Yesterday I read this. Yeah. My apology because it was open at that. Sorry. Today is chapter 5. My apology. Goals and priorities. The importance of the focus and sustainable energy. Okay. Yesterday also I gave you a few things to reflect on. I hope you have looked into it and practice it so that you have more restorer and know how to overcome your depleters. Some is within you, some is external which you cannot control. So control the one that you are able to first. Okay. Goals and priorities, the importance of focus for sustainable energy. Now this chapter is also okay, fine, not too long, just nice. Now you see I found the thing, if you steal the book, is inside, so when you walk out of the bookstore it will start beep 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 beep. Okay, I am not a huge fan of football, but most of us understand that the concept of two teams of 11 men, each trying to get a ball into the competition's net while blocking them from doing the same to your net. Tough job, without touching the ball with your hands. Unless it is wait, I'm getting too much depth here. The point is that the goal is when you get the little ball into the right net following certain rules, and the team with the most goals wins. But how does this relate to your own life? Now let's see what she says. Footballers spend all their time training to achieve this day in, day out. They have a manager, they have a coach. Of course, a different coach like what I'm doing now. I'm doing more on career and life. They have physiotherapists, and they train like crazy. They talk about strategy. They look at the competition and figure out the best way of getting a positive result. They have their eye on the ball every minute of every waking hour, pun intended. And if they do really well, they can earn untold riches. We all know that too. Because they train and train and train. The same is true in life. When you are clear about what you want to achieve, focus all your efforts into it. Understand any blocks which might stand in your way and create a strategy to deal with them. Goals become attainable rather than a wish or desire that reminds you of the discrepancy between being where you want to be and where are you now. When you are nowhere now, it's time to look at it. When you have a clear goal, it focuses your energy in the right direction, helping you to see the big picture unburdened by the cluster of life and endless tasks and demands, which pull on your time. It is like a fog lifting. Suddenly things are clearer. Coaching really do that for me. So when I'm not with my coach or when I'm not coaching, I do my best to coach myself. It's like when I'm talking to you now, I'm also coaching myself because when I speak up, I'm a audio person. Huh? Uh, I think I'm more of audio than visual, but it changed over time. So it all depends on the scope of job I'm doing. So at the moment, I am more on audio because I am practicing to have more strength on my engaged listening. So I have to listen. It is like a fog, okay, we are there. When the goal is linked to your values and your purpose in life, it can help you transcend stress. It motivates and it galvanizes. Goals doesn't mean that you can't accommodate unexpected priorities. What it does is clarify your priorities for you. So you just need clarity. When you have a clear goal, it focuses your energy in the right direction. For those who have already tried something like that or gone on doing it this way, you will understand more what I'm talking about. For those who don't understand, set small goals and test it out, and you'll find out you have lots of potential in settling the issues you have in hand. I am often asked how I get so much done. How come I am always so motivated? I am going to share my two best weapons here. My clients soon see their results soar when they practices this. This is matched only by an increase in their energy. There are two main types of goals: time management goals and life goals. Time management goals. We all have exactly the same amount of time, 168 hours a week, yet some people achieve far more than others. Having coached hundreds of people in this field, I have found that there are some fundamental differences between the achievers and non-achievers. Recently, I have a conversation with some friends where we discussed the concept of commitment. One friend said that he didn't know why he hadn't made it as a well-known speaker yet. It was his life's dream, but it wasn't happening for him. I know that he has a lot of personal commitments that draw on his time, and he has hobbies which are time consuming. His golfing takes a good 2.5 days out of his week, plus the socializing which always follows it. For example, that is just an example. Sorry, I shouldn't just full stop like that. In addition, he was decorating his son's house because his son couldn't afford a decorator and didn't know how to do it himself. This reminds me of Chris Do. He talked about this. How much is your time? He loved tinkering about with his motorbike, which took at least half a day a week, and then he would want to take it out for a good run. And then there was his day job. I asked how committed he was to his dream, and he got cross, saying he was very committed. When I asked how his commitment showed up in his life, he realized that his commitment was really his desire for the goal. He was putting in about 15 minutes effort a week, significantly less than for his golf, his decorating, and his bike. True commitment is desire matched by action. It means pursuing a goal when the original motivation for it has faded. Realizing this was an aha moment for him, he needed to decide whether he really wanted the goal or not, and what he was willing to do to achieve it. Achieving a goal requires effort, prioritization, and persistence. The three things technique. There are many time management techniques, but here is one simple technique that will make all the difference in your productivity. Every morning, decide on 3 things and only 3 things which you can complete that day. They might be small tasks or portion of a much larger task. Make sure you don't have 3 huge tasks which will leave you feeling daunted and lead to procrastination. For example, in writing this book, I might have as one of my goals drafting a chapter or researching a particular topic. Those are examples of sub-goals of the much larger goal of finishing the whole book and are achievable given the context of my working day. Notice I use the word draft. So it doesn't have to be perfect. That will come later. However, it will take a sizable chunk of the day. Like me, my small goal in improving is talking to you through the YouTube. But then that seems to run out of context and also content. So I have picked a book to combine the need to learn and also the passion to share. So every morning I say I must remember to read one chapter of this book. Okay. Now another goal might be to pay outstanding bills, which will probably take 5 to 10 minutes. Another goal might be to organize a cupboard which has become disabled. That will probably take around 20 minutes. So these are the things I have been doing, small little goals. So time to move on to bigger goal. What should I do? The golfing friend I mentioned made sure that at least one of his tasks every day was moving him around his life dream. Often we simply focus on things that are neither urgent nor important, and this disperses our energy significantly. Lack of prioritization and procrastination are the two of the biggest enemies of effective time management. These techniques enable you to prioritize effectively and give you a sense of achievement when you have done what you set to do. Goals need to be feasible in order to be motivating. They also need to be stretching to give you a sense of satisfaction and provide you with the energy and fuel to keep you on track. Now, this small to-do list doesn't mean you will not do anything else. Of course, you will answer the phone, do other little chores throughout the days, which will fill in gaps. But the 3 you set out to achieve in the morning will absolutely be your priority and will give you a sense of momentum. It did give me something. Even before I read this book, I just practiced it by accident. So I don't know whether it's by coincidence I pick up this book or I don't know. It seems to fall in place, and so I have to achieve bigger goals now. It may be that in completing these 3 tasks, you have plenty of time to undertake other tasks. Yeah, like playing my game. Because when I play my game, I always, I still have this monkey mind. So when I play my game, the mind is running. So what I should do now is take a book. When the mind is running to certain point, I just do a draft and then I work on it. Good idea. Do you think will it work? Let's see. Or take yourself off for a coffee with a friend as a reward. I just did that because today I feel very tired after one whole week, and also I'm not getting a very good medical result, which I have to be admitted later on. So I just bring myself out for a drive and do some grocery buying, just to keep myself occupied for 2 hours, and I come back see fresh and new. Or take yourself off for a coffee. Okay, these techniques allows you to focus your energies on the task in hand without feeling overwhelmed, which can be an energy vampire. It also gives you excellent clarity of thought. In deciding on your priorities, do use Stephen Covey's time management grid. It helps you cut through what's important. Here it is. She's using Stephen Covey. I don't know how many of you read his book. I have some of his book, but I have not read it yet. Maybe I will just take it up later on and after this book and then share it with you. Urgent, quadrant 1, crisis deadline. Quadrant 2, planning, working towards goal, preparation, prevention, building, maintaining relationship. Not so urgent. Not important, quadrant 3, interruption like some phone calls, emails, texts, and some meetings. Quadrant 4, most TV, junk mail, spams, and gossip. Oh, not important and not urgent. So you just concentrate on the quadrant 1 first. Quadrant 1. This mission critical tasks get in the way of result and can be reputation spoiler. Quadrant 2. Though not urgent, the fact that these tasks create your future makes them important. The trouble is that they are the very ones we tend to put off as we get on with the great pretenders, those non-urgent, not important activities that eat into your day. Quadrant 3. These are the great pretenders. They may make you feel as if you are caught in business, but they produce few if any result. Quadrant 4. This is where a lot of people's energy is wasted. Neither urgent nor important. These activities are just a lot of mind cluster which get you nowhere. Yeah, that's why I give off watching movie. Things that I don't think, things that I don't have to think and sit there like a slog. So thankfully, I think I gave them up. Only sometime when I have family time, then I'll just watch a movie with my daughter. When you are determined what is really important to your result, you can more easily choose your top 3 tasks for the day and notice how these affect your result and your energy. Life goals. The other type of goal is life goals. This is your purpose in life. When you are connected to your purpose, you feel a natural sense of energy. It carries you forward when things get tough. It is a reminder to you of what your life is really about, so that small things don't become the big things, and the big things are valued. If you feel aimless or lost, your purpose will fill that emptiness. This will not only give you a sense of meaning, but it often gives you a deeper sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to the world. Many people, however, are unclear about their purpose or are living a life that is not respectful of it. You have to respect your life, okay? And respect your life. Here's another reason why life goals are important. We tend to spend much of our time in the pursuit of pleasure. What's so bad about that, you might ask? Nothing of itself. But if that's your main focus, you're missing the importance of two greater sources of happiness: the satisfaction which comes when you have worked hard at something, especially if it's not something for which success was assured, like passing exam for example. The second is fulfillment. This is the kind of happiness you get when you are living your life with purpose, making a contribution to something bigger than yourself. Many of us seek happiness through the pursuit of pleasure, but real happiness only comes when you work on the big stuff. Most people muddle through not knowing what their life's purpose is. They may fall into a career or decide only to do something they know they cannot fail at. When they look back on their lives, they realize that they spent far too much time working and not nearly enough time with the ones they love and doing the things that they brought them joy. The result is life unfulfilled, a life lived on a sluggish end of the energy continuum. This is because living life is someone else's tune. Lurching from one task to another and punctuating it with moments of transient pressure eats away at your energy reserve. If you want to get your mojo back, this is what can help you to do it. Since none of us knows how much time we have on this planet, the best way to make the most of it is to be clear about our purpose. And the great news is that your life purpose doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to save the world, but it does need to feel significant in your life. It needs to make you feel that your life was worth something to someone. Find your life purpose. Here are some examples, but they are only examples. You have to find something that is right for you, and you have to be comfortable with failure, because anything that is really worthwhile will involve mistakes along the way, disapproval from some, and even sabotage from others, and it will need commitment from you. The reward is an animated existence and a legacy you are proud of. Make sure my child grow up my children grow up to be happy, confident, independent, and feeling loved. Or teach one person how to feel good about themselves. The other one will be to create beautiful photographs that are appreciated by public, my family, my friends, and the world. Make lots of happy memories for my family. Help disadvantaged people find fulfilling careers. This is what I wanted very much to do, including my own career, is by coaching. Being a coach, being coached, and self-coaching. Support one homeless person to reconnect with society. Build a school. This is beyond me. But maybe I will build, not maybe, I aim to build a synergy development center. If there is anyone who are in the same tone as me, let's share. We will be able to build one small one in each community and then let it grow bigger. Keep the goal small, but in order to reach the bigger goal. Raise fund, become enlightened. This is a huge one. I don't know when I'm going to be lit up, but I know I love to help people because I don't know, I just like to see happy people around me. Create a program for bullies, help them form empathetic relationship. Be an artist, okay? Teach people the art of forgiveness. This I think I can do. Play tennis at the Wimbledon is beyond me, but for tennis player, well, you can always still aim for this. Help my client to be the best they can be. Yes, this is definitely something I can do. A good way to focus your mind is to think about what you would have to spend your time doing if you knew you had just 12 months left to live. This should help to show you what really important to you. But if you come up with a list of material things, you need to look again at the difference between pleasure, achievement, and fulfillment. Someone I know who is going through bereavement at the moment is spending a lot of money on things because he thinks it will make him feel better. He's in a job he hates, he lost the woman he loves, and he thinks he will feel good by buying things he likes. Of course, it doesn't work. Apart from the 60 seconds following the purchase, or a bit longer if he's lucky. But it's a distraction. Grief is complicated and he needs to work it through. When he is ready, he will feel a lot better if he focuses on his purpose again. What do you want people to say about you after you leave this planet? That's why it's also good to write your own obituary. Yeah. That you manage to get to level 150 of the latest video game, or that you have collection of 250 shoes, or that you could down a pin or more quickly than anyone else. When you focus your mind on what you want people to say, it can help you to clarify your purpose more easily. They need to honor your value, which are those things that are important to you. What are your values? Some ideas for you. We should put in like achievement, comfort, compassion, family, responsibility, security, working alone, trust. Trust is something that I am known for, but I still have to build that, because for people who don't know me, I cannot say, oh, you trust me. You mean you're not trustable? Think about it. There are many values you have. Having a clear purpose inspires action, galvanizes your effort, and creates a positive energy, which fuels you during the most testing time. Having it honor your values too. You too ensure that any internal resistance is minimized. From your purpose to your goal. In her 21 ways, she talked about define your purpose and give example of Sarah whose goal is a little bit more complex. To use my people skill in a job which allows me to make a real difference to the quality of life of other people, where I can be positive example to others of work-life balance, so I can connect in a meaningful way with my husband and friends, bringing fun into my own life and the lives of others. I want to achieve this, so help me. Thank you. By acting as the guiding principle to everything she does, this goal will enable Sarah to ensure that she has fulfilling life. Sarah is the second time I hear the name today. The first one was during Coach Captain Shan from the president of IAC mentioning it as one of the abbreviation he used. Thus, she can ask, am I on track? Do I need to adjust my course? Does what I'm doing honor my values? It is just as valuable to have a simpler goal along the line of to raise a loving family who enjoy many happy memories in their lives. The whole point of your goal is that it inspires you and nobody but you. Goals need to be stated in positive and should incorporate or be respectful of your values. What is important to you? For Sarah, this was fun, connected, and making a difference. When thinking about work, consider whether your work is a job, a career, or a calling. A job is something you do every day to get paid. A career is something you committed within a specific profession and which provides progression for you. A calling is something you are absolutely passionate about. If you didn't need the money, you would do it for free all day, every day. That's what I'm doing, coaching. So they say you must charge something. But I feel that if I can make a difference to just one person, no money in the world can exchange that kind of value in my life. So I hope you are one of them. Is it a calling? It gives you a purpose and fulfillment. It is part of your identity. And the good news is that you can make a good living from it too. You often get close to your calling in the things you enjoy doing as a child. This is certainly true for me, and I wonder if it's true for you too. I forgot my childhood because in the hustle bustle of life, trying to make a success of it, I lost track of myself. But I'm glad to have that chance now, and I'm going to make full use of it so that somebody else will have it too. Your life purpose will come from your heart rather than your head. It will motivate you and energize you. It will make your heart sing. However, if you decide on a goal that aims for the approval of others, you are not connecting to your purpose. No one decides what is right for you but you. You must listen to the whisper which is heard by you alone. She take this quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. So cool, this chapter. So tomorrow I'm going to read chapter 6, The Power of Inner Talking. Till then, ponder about this. And if you are just watching this chapter 5, you can actually scroll back and look at my chapter 1 to 4. Okay? Till then, stay safe and always stay motivated. See you.